So how many of you have bought something on eBay? Wow. How many of you have not? Excellent. How many of you have sold something on eBay? Okay. How many of you have not? Oh my God. I think we're in trouble. Okay, different question. How many of you have heard of eBay? Excellent. Before we begin, we've got a little quiz. If you guys could jot these letters down for me. S-B-I-A-X-L-N-E-A-T-T-N-E-R-A-S. Go ahead and write them down. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to cross out 6 letters. Once you cross out 6 letters, you'll be left with one word. It's a really popular word in the English language. Some of you said it this morning. Cross out 6 letters. Don't move the letters around. As soon as you know what the word is, write it down and raise your hand. But don't call it out. Just write it down, raise your hand. I'll come around and come around and check, see if that's right. You crossed out 6 letters. You wrote down the word. Have you ever seen me do this before? You've never seen me do this before? That's very close. What's the word? You've seen this before? That's called cheating. I was going to say, you got that way too fast. What's the word? No, it's not internet. Hold on, let me come over here. No, I know you've seen this before. Yes? No? No, you have not. What's the word? Bilateral? No. That's not the word. Anyone over here? Cross out 6 letters. You'll be left with one word. Don't move the letters around. As soon as you know what the word is, write it down and raise your hand. And I'll call on you. Cross out. Sir, what is the word? Banana, correct. Banana. Here, let me show you how we do that. Exercise is to cross out 6 letters. First letter is S. I-X. That spells 6. L-E-T-T-E-R-S. That spells 6 letters. That leaves you with one word. That word is B-A-N-A-N. Some of y'all just had an aha moment. I haven't started yet. Banana. Let me tell you a little bit about my background. Here's the point of this exercise. Has anybody ever had an experience where something was right in front of you, but you just didn't see it? So that's how the internet and eBay was for me. So in the late 1990s, I started working for an internet company, and back then people were all excited about stock and the company's going public, and I worked for 2 years all stock, no pay. And during that time I got rich in my head because I thought that I'd be rich when the company went public. You know what happened? The company went bankrupt. I was about $80,000 in debt. Any of you know anyone who's in debt? Anybody know anyone who's in debt? I said, I don't want to be part of the internet anymore. It's probably not going to last anyway. So I started a furniture store with bedroom furniture, dining room furniture. Then I got a call from my mom. My mom sold Beanie Babies on eBay. She called me. She said, Adam, why don't you take one of your pool tables you're selling in your store? Here, they're snooker tables, right? She said, take one of those things, put it on the internet, and sell it. Now, how many of you ever seen a pool table or a snooker table? Anybody? You know what my response was? No. I wasn't interested. I wanted nothing to do with the internet, number one. Number two, I really wasn't interested in doing what she wanted me to do in the first place. So that was really a very short conversation. She called me the next day. She said, how's the pool table doing on eBay? I said, excuse me? She said, you promised. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. That was the end of that conversation. Anybody have a mom like this? She called me every day for 3 weeks, harassing me. Finally, I said, listen, I will do this if you promise to leave me alone. Sounds fair, right? So I scanned in a picture, I created an account, and I prayed for 3 days no one would buy it. Because if they bought it, I had 2 problems. What's the first problem? I got to ship a 1,000-pound pool table across the country. Number 2, I got to tell my mom she's right. That was harder than the first one. Now listen, earlier you heard from Johnny this morning, right? Wasn't he awesome? He said you have to understand your why. Remember he talked about that? I totally and completely agree with him. Here's what I want to know. Sir, why did you come here this weekend?
Educate myself and
to educate yourself?
Yeah, create new cash flow.
Create new cash flow. How many of you would like to make more money? Can I just see a show of hands who wants to make more money? Put your hands up really high if you want to be at least rich at least one day in your life. Just one day with me. I want to be rich with all of you. So would you all agree with me that money is sort of okay to have? It's all right to have, right? But why do you want the money?
Create a better lifestyle for myself.
You want to have a better lifestyle for yourself. Isn't it really more, think about this, isn't it more about the money? Isn't it about the freedom that it gives you? The ability to do the things you want to do with the people you want to do them? You have to understand what your why is, because if you don't know what your why is, you're never going to go anywhere if you don't know where you're going. Does that make sense? Well, for me, I didn't want more time. I didn't want more freedom. I didn't want more flexibility. I didn't want more time with my family. I didn't want any of that. I wanted one thing. I knew exactly, I didn't want more money. I knew exactly what my why was. It was very specific. I wanted my mom to stop calling me. That was it. So I scanned in this picture, I create this account, and I pray no one's going to buy it. And the problem is it's sold for $300 more on eBay than in my store. So I knew I had a problem. I listed a second one for sale. I hoped the second one didn't sell. I figured if the second one doesn't sell, I don't have to tell my mom the first one sold. See, my logic was really skewed. Here's the problem. The second one sold, the third one sold, the fourth one sold. Within 3 months, we're doing about 12 a week. Not so bad. And within a year, we're at 600 a month. We become the largest seller of pool tables in the entire world. At some point, I figured out I like eBay. It took me a little bit of time. In 5 years, we sold $20 million on eBay, more than any individual seller in the history of eBay. So it's been pretty exciting. And on the internet, we've also done millions and millions of dollars of sales on the internet, but not on eBay itself. So you need to have a strategy. The things you learned earlier about having your own website, that's so important. Because if you put all your eggs in one basket and the basket drops, what happens to the eggs? They all break. You need different streams of income.